another episode of the It's Just Different podcast. And, wow, man. Oh, man, wow. Last week, or one of my last videos, I said that I wasn't going to talk about the Western Conference Finals until the Clippers took care of their business and made it to match up with the Lakers. But a funny feeling happened while I was saying that, is because I kind of felt like something's gonna happen. Something funny's gonna happen. And what do you know? What do you know? The Denver Nuggets come back from a 3-1 deficit in the series to send the Los Angeles home. The Los Angeles Clippers home. Listen, man. 104-89. I kind of just had it up. I don't know what just happened here. Let me get it back up for you guys. 104-89. And listen, man. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard did not play well. Kawhi Leonard was 6 for 22. He had one field goal in the second half. Paul George was not any better. 4 for 16, 10 points. That is pathetic for your two superstars, especially for a guy who you traded your entire future for. And Pandemic P is what we're going to call him, because it sure as hell ain't playoff P. Played like trash. Kawhi Leonard, who everybody kept saying was the best player in the world, choked. Let's just call it what it is. Pure choke job. Horrible. I don't ever want to hear anybody speak the name of Kawhi Leonard in the same sentence as LeBron James. Let's stop it. How in the hell you blow a 3-1 lead against a team that's not even a championship contender in the Denver Nuggets? That is pathetic. And you know who I blame for this? I don't blame Doc Rivers. I don't blame Lemon Pepper Lou. I don't blame Montrez. I don't blame Kawhi or PG. You know who I blame? I blame Marcus Morris. And I'm saying that tongue-in-cheek. I'm really joking when I say that. But let's just go down this rabbit hole for a second. This guy literally has been starting beefs in every series and doing a lot of odd, cheap shit to other players. And it came back to bite him in the... You know what? It was reported that he told Paul Millsap in game 5, when they were up like 16 points, him and Paul Millsap got into it, which pretty much turned the series. It was reported that he told him, "Get ready to take your ass home." And that propelled them to come back in that game and to pretty much beat them in the rest of the series. Let me tell you something. If you are going to say something like that to an opponent during the game, you better be damn sure that you know you're going to win. You better be damn sure that you are going to be responsible for what happens, that you are going to make sure that your teammates got your back, because they clearly didn't. They clearly didn't. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get the message, whatever the hell you were talking about. They didn't get that message. And I ain't got nothing against Marcus Morris, but when you stick your chest out, when you're front running the way the Clippers do, when you're on the sideline, Montrez, all the little games and shouting you guys do on the sideline, every game when you guys go on a run, it's all fun and games until another team punches you back. You know what I'm saying? They're a bunch of front running frauds, and it's embarrassing. Because we all know the Clippers are who the Clippers have always been. They are a choke job. So for them to talk as if they've won something. That's been my biggest problem this entire season. That the LA Clippers played this season like they were the NBA champions. These guys haven't done a damn thing as a team. The only person on that team that's won something is Kawhi Leonard. Everybody else had their chest out. They had cocky, or what was the awkward dab or handshake, whatever the hell you want to call it, at Summer League when Pat Beverly, right after they found out that Kawhi and PG was coming there, Summer League, Vegas, LeBron and AD, and I want to say it was Lou Williams and Patrick Beverly. I could be mistaken there, but Patrick Beverly was as serious as can be at Summer League, just guys meeting up just to watch the younger players play. And he had this little cocky, nonchalant, what I mean, business type handshake. And let's fast forward to now. Bruh, you ain't making out the second round. All of that seriousness that y'all try to play against the Lakers, thinking about the Lakers so much, and you didn't even make it out of the second round to even go against them to get to the NBA Finals. That is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. What else bothers me is that all the bullshit that y'all gave Damian Lillard for missing the free throw, and during that game, and what was it? During the seeding games, during that game, he missed a free throw, knowing damn well he barely misses free throws, if ever. All that stuff y'all talk, you and PG-13, and him talking back to y'all, letting y'all know what it is. PG-13, I already just sent your ass on. Pat Bev, like Westbrook said, you just be running around. And now, the shoe's on the other foot. Front running as hell. Now all of a sudden y'all was tired and y'all didn't have any team chemistry and it wasn't championship or bust. Like, man, come on, man. Let's not go there. Let's not take the cheap ride out. You guys were horrible in the series. I picked you guys, and I said it in the last series. I only picked you guys because I wanted you guys to play the Lakers so everybody could see the difference between LeBron and Kawhi. Well, we see the difference between Kawhi and LeBron. Do we really got to go into it? There's no way with a stacked team like that, LeBron James will let his teams lose 16-point leads in second halves. That just doesn't happen. That does not happen. And there's no way that LeBron loses a 3-1 lead. Like, he has never lost a 3-1 lead in the series. And people say, well, he 2011 Finals against the Mavericks, that was bad. And for anybody who goes against LeBron, who's not a fan of his, when you bring that up, I don't deny it. I give you that. You're right. You're right. He did not play well against the Mavericks. But that was also a guy who was playing with another superstar, Dwayne Wade, and did not know how to be cohesive in certain situations, in certain games. He didn't want to step on his foot, not realizing that Dwayne Wade doesn't matter to him, man. You play your game. And once he figured that out, it never happened again. See, that was in the NBA Finals. You know what I'm saying? That was against a team that, eventually won the title. Kawhi Leonard, you lost in the second round to a team that's not even no one's championship contender. That's not good, man. That is a straight up choke job. You was horrible in every fourth quarter, and all your losses, he just nowhere to be found. You couldn't load manage throughout the series, so I'm guessing. I'm not gonna give him a break, but I'm guessing that played some factor into it. But again, I'm not going to spend this time talking about Kawhi Leonard and his choke job. I can easily go there. And when I started this video, I thought that I was. But he's not even worth the time doing it, man. He's a great player, but There's tons of great players in the NBA. Not all of them you can compare to LeBron James. Matter of fact, there's only one that you can compare to LeBron James, and that's Kevin Durant. And you can't really do that because KD has yet to prove that he can do it on his own. We've yet to see Kevin Durant take some guys and lead them into a deep playoff run. But we will never see that because Brooklyn's going to be pretty damn good next year. So, even if he goes as far as he goes with them, that's still a pretty loaded team. But you never know. Off season things can change. But the way they're presently constituted, that team is pretty loaded. But yeah, man, for me, it's always going to be Kevin Durant and LeBron James at the top until other players prove that they got the heart and game to match the nonsense that people say about them and put them on these pedestals. You can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard, yes, he's a 2-time Finals MVP. He's a 2-time champion. But that wasn't his team in San Antonio when he won that Finals MVP. I don't know how it was like the Andre Iguodala Finals MVP that he won when they just gave it to him because they gave it to somebody on the winning team. It was signed the same way with Kawhi Leonard. People say, well, he locked up LeBron James. Go look at his numbers in this. He didn't lock up LeBron James. He contained him. He didn't stop him at all. He made it hard on LeBron in that series. He didn't stop him at all. And his offensive game wasn't that great in that series, so they just ended up giving it to him. And then last year, we all know Kevin Durant was gone. Klay Thompson was hampered. So even with me going for the Raptors, I was no fool. I knew if all things being equal, they probably would have got swept, and that really would have just made him be stuck behind Kevin Durant and LeBron James. So I never thought that because he won that championship last year that he was somehow, some way brought to the top of being the best player in the NBA, Max Kellerman, who you really got it today from Stephen A. Smith. So I don't ever want to hear you say anything about someone not being the top player in the NBA, LeBron James. That was disrespectful. He should actually do a PSA apologizing to LeBron James for that horrible take talking about Kawhi Leonard is the best player in the NBA. Like, come on, man. Like it goes through Kawhi. If for LeBron James to be the best player, he has to go through Kawhi. Well, guess what, Max Kellerman? Kawhi is going to be the same place we all are. At the crib, watching the playoffs with his family on vacation. That's it. He's home. Try again next year, man. And I still don't think he'll get it done next year because Golden State will be better. Phoenix Suns are getting better. All teams will be better. So if there's ever a chance to take advantage of loading your roster up for a playoff run, it was this year, and it backfired. So, hey, man. Clip City, Chip City, ain't that what's not good? Was it Chip City? Nah, fam. Not in 2020. Not probably ever. It's the LA Clippers, man. Will always be the doormat in Los Angeles. The team in the basement. You are what we thought you were, in the words of Dennis Green. Man, I don't want anybody to ever tell me they're a Clippers fan or they're going for a team that has Paul George on it. Let's stop embarrassing yourselves, man. Please stop embarrassing yourselves, man. Until next time, man. It's Just Different podcast. Peace.